Back to the grind with the only free MMA channel that fucking matters, full-time MMA. Damn it, Michael Bisping. Damn it. Right after you convinced me you weren't dodging Yoel Romero. Right after you came out and said I'm nothing like GDR, you motherfuckers. You come out and you motherfucking change my mind somewhat. God dang it. Why did you even have to say this shit? You should have left the whole GSP topic alone, bro. God. He came out and said he was nothing like GDR because he defended his belt. He won the belt from a real champion. Like, I mean, he came out and said he was nothing like GDR, and I went into all the reasons why he's not like GDR, because no, he is not like GDR. But when you say some of the shit he said in this article / interview, it's just fucking weird, bro. Now let me get into why I say that. This is what Michael Bisping had to say on Ariel Helwani's show on the MMA Hour. Michael Bisping said, I was supposed to fight GSP. Why wouldn't I want to fight him? Of course, that would be big business. Yeah. He said, he's a guy that will be regarded as a welterweight legend forever, and I would love that fight for my legacy. We've been over this a million times. Now let me stop right there. This is probably going to be another long video. I'm going to have to stop in between these things. He said, he is a guy that will be regarded as a welterweight legend forever. Why'd you even say the word welterweight? Why didn't you just say he's a guy that will be regarded as a legend forever? I would love to fight him for my legacy. You said he will be regarded as a welterweight legend. That takes away from you. You're a middleweight. Why do you want to be a welterweight champion? Why don't you go beat up Demetrius Johnson while you're fucking at it? He's a flyweight legend. He's also smaller than you. You just want to beat every fucking champion smaller than you? I know he came out and said he would love to fight Daniel Cormier, but that's not the motherfucking fight you're waiting on. That's not what you're trying to do. Daniel Cormier would take that fight. What do you mean? Yeah, he said he wanted to fight Daniel Cormier, but how realistic is that? How many times have Michael Bisping and Daniel Cormier went back and forth? How many times has that been realistic? You might as well come out and say you want to fight Stipe. Why not? But what I'm saying is that he was a welterweight legend. You said it. If it were me, I would have just said legend. But the fact that you said welterweight points out the fact that you're trying to fight a guy smaller than you. And yes, he is a legend, and it would be big business. Leave it there. Saying welterweight just reminds everyone that you're a middleweight. That's literally like Jose Aldo coming out. Oh yeah, I want to beat up little Demetrius. Yeah, it'd be great for my legacy. You know, he's a legend, and I can beat him because he's small. Like, no, that is not a good look, bro. Anyways, let's continue. He said, this is Michael Bisping. Now, Dana is saying George doesn't want to fight. George is saying he does want to fight. Now, I know that I want to fight, and if we can still make the George thing happen, then great. I'm all in. What about your injury? If you're all in for the fucking George fight, why are you not all in for the Yoel fight? Let's keep going, because I'm telling you. I was fine with Bisping. I was fine with Left Hook Larry. When he came out and defended his shit and said, I'm nothing like GDR, that was before he said all of this crazy shit, man. He says, George, if you're watching this, I've done everything I can. I've called Dana White. I've expressed my desire to fight GSP. Every time we speak on the phone, I say, Dana, that's all well and good, but what about me and GSP? And Dana says GSP doesn't want to fight, and that he wants to fight at welterweight. George, I've done everything I can. If you want this fight to happen, get on your phone, call somebody up, and send some messages. Do fucking something. I couldn't care. I'm sick of everyone saying I don't want to fight. Honestly, who I fight next, I could give a shit. I really couldn't, whether it's GSP or Yoel or Whitaker. I'm sick of all the bullshit. Oh, you two. He said, I want to fight. I've got to fight. My knee is still very much giving me issues, but who cares? I've got to fight. I'm blowing off the cobwebs, and I'm getting ready towards the end of the year. One of those three will get it. Interesting, man. I don't know. Let me just back up a little bit. I'm going to go farther into it, but let me just back up. He says, I've done everything I can. I don't know. This is so fucking weird. He said, I've done everything I can to get this fight. Well, yeah, everything except for not injure your knee. Your fucking knee is injured. Oh, wait, George's eye is injured. You're both injured, but you want to fight. Man, can we just move on, let bygones be bygones? I got an idea. Beat Yoel Romero or Robert Whittaker and then go for a super fight. Do that. Because this shit show is exactly that, a shit show. Literally in the Robert Whittaker Yoel Romero fight, they're showing GSP Bisping fucking commercials. Like, oh look, the BSP Bisping what the fuck? Oh, that shit was way funnier after I said it. Bisping. What the fuck? I've never said that in my life, but you see how it came about, George Bisping. Bisping. That was epic. Fuck you. Anyways, I don't even remember what I was saying because that shit was so epic. It literally just lost my train of thought. But that's not what's important here, man. This is a shit show we're talking about. There's not too much I can delve into this shit show. Pretty much, Michael Bisping is saying, hey, George, Dana's telling me you don't want to fight. Come on, Pate. I want to fight you. And this is interesting, though, because if I remember, GSP said he still wants to fight Bisping. So wouldn't that be some shit if GSP does want to fight Bisping, but Dana's like, sorry, we already scheduled an interim title? Because this is my thing. Michael Bisping, the interim title fight is already scheduled. There's no fight in GSP no more. That's over with. Unless you're just going to relinquish your belt, you can't schedule a title fight. You can do a catch weight. You can do a 180 catch weight. But you cannot schedule a 185 title fight after there's already an interim title fight scheduled. And that's just what it is. And for him to be saying he's done everything you can, if you want this fight to happen, get on your phone, call someone up. It really sounds like he's fucking begging GSP to save him from Yoel or something, doesn't it? George, I've done everything I can. If you want this fight to happen, get on your phone, call somebody up, send some messages, do fucking something. Doesn't that sound like he's telling someone to save him? Like, do something. Get on your phone. He's gonna get me. Call somebody. Save me. That when I first read that, that's what I thought. Like it sounds like you want saved. But then you do go on and say he's sick of everyone saying he doesn't want to fight. Well, then fuck GSP. If that's the case, man, you either gotta have some thick skin and say fuck what everyone is saying. Or if you're going off what the fans say, you gotta say fuck GSP and move on and defend your fucking throne. Because I'm telling you, I am a fan of Michael Bisping. A big fan. Love the trash talk. Got a man on deck. Shocked the world. What is there to not like about him? Oh, well, I know what there is not to not like. But that's one of the reasons I like him. Some guys don't like the trash talk. And I'm going to tell you this. It's usually guys that suck at it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because I'm really good at trash talk if you haven't learned yet. And I've been in many situations where you're just shitting on a guy verbally with the trash talk. And you're keeping it cordial. You're not even being aggressive. You're just saying, oh yeah, really? Yeah, that's pretty stupid. You know, you're just shitting on somebody. It happens a lot with my brother. I can't wait to get him on here. I'm going to have to fucking, once we get bigger, I'm going to have literally the hitters call this fuckboy out of fucking wherever the fuck he's at. Because I'm telling you, we were even at work today going back and forth. Me and my fucking brother. It's like the yin and the yang they were saying. Like, you guys were never going to fucking stop arguing. That shit might not be appeal. I mean, it might not be attractive to some people. Like somebody, there's like 5 people around just enthralled by the conversation. Me going back and forth with that fuck boy. I'm a microwave my brother. I call him a fuck boy because he is one. That's my brother, bitch. You can't defend your shit unless you get a motherfucking microphone, step up to the plate, and get this shit going. So I'm about to clown my fucking brother out of fucking, I don't even know, I can't even say out of retirement. Because he didn't never start. I'm going to clown this nigga into fucking a career and shit. Because I'm telling you, that would be something I could do on a whole separate channel. Just some debate shit. And it would be entertaining as fuck because I ain't giving that pussy no inches. None. I'm ending this whole shit. And he knows it. And he don't like it. But he can't do shit about it because I'm a savvy. What the fuck you telling me, dude? Somebody run and tell that. Somebody tell his ass. He might listen. I know he listens to 1 or 2 videos out of every fucking 30. Hopefully you're listening to this one. Michael. What the fuck you telling me, dude? Oh, this fucking video is about Michael Bisping and my brother's Michael. Hey, you see what we just did here? The microwave. Hey. Should we start calling Michael Bisping Michael Gisping or the microwave? No, I'm just fucking around. We already got the microwave. Anyways, I'm on a motherfucking another tangent. I go on these sometimes because that's the fuck I do. But this is, let's continue before we get out of here and on to the next video. This is what the Count, Michael Bisping, had to say. He said, George, man up, make the call. I know you have some issues, but call the man. Call Dana White. Nigga, if his eye is injured, there's nothing a phone call is gonna do to heal that shit up. If his eye is scratched, if his cornea is scratched, he ain't gonna make it. He's not gonna be able to save you. Bisping said, I'm backed into a corner. I've said everything I can say. If he doesn't step up, I'm going to take on the winner of those two. I want to do it. A lot of people want that fight. Failing that, I'll take on one of these two. Okay, you said it yourself. A lot of people want that fight. I mean, maybe that's to the casual, the hardcore fans, because we would like to see Bisping. I just want to see Bisping fight at least one more time before he retires, man. Even if he loses, I'm not going to turn on him. Even if Bisping loses, I'm not going to be the guy that say, see, he sucked. No, he did what he needed to do. He beat Silva, shocked the world versus Luke Rockhold, defended against and avenged against Dan Henderson. I don't care what the fuck else you have to say. What are you going to say? Oh, he's not perfect. He wasn't the GOAT. Oh, he didn't fight every single top middleweight. Bitch, if you don't take that sensitive crybaby bullshit out of here, dude, and eat a dick, I don't give a fuck. Michael Bisping's one of the most... My nephew just laughed. I didn't even realize he was up there until he laughed at that. That's funny. I gotta get off of here, man. Anyway, so... George, if you're watching, which I know you are because you want to know what I'm saying, you've got until Saturday. Because on Saturday, I'm going to be on the FS1 post-fight show. Tune in, because one of those fighters, Yoel or Robert Whitaker, will be joining me on the desk. If I can't say I'm fighting GSP by then I have to say I'm going to fight Whitaker or Romero. I can't be a little bitch about it. Basically, the countdown is on. Damn. That was nice, Michael. The countdown is on. I see what you did there. He said, I can't be a little bitch about it. He should have said any longer. Because I'm not saying he's a little bitch. I'm saying it's easy to mistake his actions for bitch-like actions while he continues to call out GSP and continues to beg GSP to save him and continues to point out every reason GSP would be the better fight than a middleweight contender and continues to put time in between the last time he defended his belt. There's going to be one more person every second to call Michael Bisping a bitch until he comes out and schedules his fight with the interim champion or GSP. And what I'll say about that GSP line before I get out of here, he said, GSP, if you're watching, which I know you are because you want to know what I'm saying, you've got until Saturday, because on Saturday, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what Bisping says. What can he say? What can you say? What can the UFC do at this point? What can Dana White do at this point to unschedule the interim title fight, which is Robert Whitaker versus Yoel Romero? What can he do? Nothing. So the fight, the middleweight title fight with George St. Pierre is already off. The only way you're still going to be able to fight George St. Pierre is a catchweight or if you relinquish your belt. And it would have to be a catchweight, because if you relinquish your belt to go fight George St. Pierre, that is some bitch shit. If fighting him at 185 is good, catchweight, that's good. But if you literally give up your fucking belt just so you can go fight GSP instead of a contender, I couldn't rock with that. Nope, not at all. I don't know what else to say, man. Fuck it. It is what it is. Let the hitters know what the fuck you tab at. This fucking video is 14 minutes. Who's pumping out the content? You got that right. Full-time MMA. Bitch. Fuck you, tab at. I'm out.